Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Brother Prophet West coming to you this morning, this Friday morning. And I just dropped my daughter off at school. She's in school now, learning and going through that. And so I have time to myself. And so my thought, my message today is to pace yourself. Pace yourself. Pace yourself. This is what God has been speaking to me for some time now, to pace yourself, pace yourself, pace yourself. And for those you don't know, is that for 13 months I didn't rest because my son was paralyzed, and back and forth to the hospital and getting him ready and whatnot. And so he moved away with his mother. And so for those 13 months, prior to that, I've always worked out all my life, played football, played sports. But for those 13 months, I've rarely done much at all, to be honest, because I just had no energy. I was thinking about him all the time. And so now that he's with his mother, this is my season of recovery. This is my season to rest. And what I'm doing also, since my son has been with his mother since he's moved, I've worked out pretty much every day. I've either ran, I do a certain amount of push-ups. I do between 150 to 200 push-ups every day. And so I'm taking care of myself. And when I go run and get on the treadmill, I walk. When I started, I walk. And at a certain pace, over like a week or so, after a certain period of time, then I increased my walking, my speed a little more. And then I started my incline. And so what I'm doing, I'm pacing myself, because now I know how I used to be. Now I can run fast, I can do all of this, but the repercussions of me just taking off and running fast right now, when I'm not trained, I can pull a muscle or tear something down or break something. So I'm going to pace myself and gradually get my wind back with the walking, getting my wind back, because eventually I'm going to start running again. There's a time where I can just get up and just start running fast. So, but now that I've been out of it, I have to pace myself and build my wind back up to that place. It's just like with 225 pounds. I can get on it right now and lift it, do 225 10 times. But the repercussions of what my body's going to go through, because I hadn't trained for it, it's probably be painful. And so in saying all that to say this, is that flipping it to what God is speaking to us as a believer, as believers, baptized believers in this journey. God wants us to pace ourselves. The Bible says that the race is not given to the swift, nor the battle to the strong. Neither was it bread to the wise, but time and chance happen to them all. Most time. In time, there's a certain period of time. There's a certain steps. There's a certain timetable that God had us allotted for us to do certain things in our purpose. So in that time, it's our job to pace ourselves and not rush, because it's not a sprint. This journey, this Christian walk, this faith walk, it's not a sprint, but it's a marathon. So which means that we must pace ourselves. Even the Bible says that preachers wait on preaching, teaching wait on teaching. Certain things come with time. Things have to be developed. And in development of anything, there are stages that go with time, and certain things come into maturity. Even with a butterfly or a caterpillar, there are stages. There are 4 stages. The first stage is the stage where the caterpillar's in the inside of the egg. Then the stage where the caterpillar comes out. The caterpillar grows. Then the caterpillar goes from the caterpillar to the butterfly, which flies. That's the last stage. So we're in different stages. I don't know what stage you're in. There are 4 stages. Even the Bible says after you suffer a while, he will make you perfect. He will strengthen us. He will establish us. And then the last stage, or the last thing, is to be settled. Once you become settled, then that means when things click. There's an old saying that there's some things that are taught, but then there's other things that are caught. It's just a transformation. It's an understanding. It's awareness. It's just like you come into it. You come into that place. You come into that understanding. You come into that manhood. You come into that wisdom. You come into that place of peace. It's a place where you come into. You become it. You walk into it. You fulfill it. Just like becoming a man, becoming a basketball player, becoming whatever. It's a certain period of time while you're doing your job, while you're doing and working on your craft. You become what you are. You become what you are. You become what you think. Even the Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So be careful what you think, because what you think, you become that. And so in saying that, pace yourself. Pace yourself. Don't look at your brother, your sister. Don't compare yourself to your brother and your sister. Your race is your race. Their race is their race. You can complement each other because we're yoked together. But our same purpose and our same goal, our goal is to fulfill our purpose. Our goal is to please God. And so pace yourself, because if you don't pace yourself, then anxiety kicks in. And then once anxiety kicks in, it becomes an enemy to positivity. It becomes an enemy to concentration. Because then when anxiety comes, anxiety brings fear, anxiety brings doubt, and other things that would take you away from focus, take you away from faith. So in closing, pace yourself. Rome wasn't built in a day, as the Bible says in Ecclesiastes 9:11. The race is not given to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, nor bread to the wise. But the Bible says that time and chance happens to us all. Things happen, stuff happens, situations happens. But regardless of what happens, good or bad, pace yourself and stay focused. Remain focused. Remain focused. Don't push the cart before the horse. Keep everything in front of you. Keep everything focused. Keep everything how it's supposed to be. Step by step. A guideline. Precept on precept. Do what God has called you to do. Listen to his voice in this season. It's very important to listen to his voice, because this is a very important season. It's a very pressurized, pressure is a very pressure and taxing mentally, emotionally, physically season. But in this season, there's so many great things that are happening in this season. That's why the warfare has been so great in this season, because the blessings are great in this season as well. Have a good morning. God bless you.